In a shocking new report suggesting that one of the biggest password leaks in internet's history has taken place. The tech site Cyber News has gone on to say that it has found a breach as far as passwords are concerned, that 16 billion login credentials have been stolen, making it one of the biggest leaks ever being reported. Cybersecurity researchers have found more than 16 billion stolen login credentials that were just put up for sale online. Experts are saying that if this is not dealt with, it could lead to identity thefts as well as account takeovers all over the world, as per the report. The FBI is cautioning people against clicking on links in SMS messages because of this. This is the reason why anyone with even a small amount of money can purchase stolen passwords on the dark web. How seriously should you be taking this, considering we live in a world where our daily lives center around technology? We can't imagine a day without our phone or without social media. So if a password is compromised, it compromises nearly everything. The majority of the 16 billion exposed credentials are new. They were never reported before. They were structured and easily exploitable, making them particularly vulnerable to fraud and account hijacking. What really is the solution here as far as this new report is concerned? Now, Google is advising billions of users to basically change their passwords. So changing passwords regularly is now more important than ever before. You should in fact be selecting a very strong password, and this should be a robust, a very unique password at that. You should utilize multi-factor authentication as far as possible and remain vigilant and aware of any kind of attempts to steal login credentials. So if you get any sort of notification, do not ignore that request, do not ignore that notification. A strong password, like we mentioned, and management is key. So if you should be looking at your bank accounts, you should be looking at changing your password every now and then. Do not wait to change your password. Protect yourself as much as possible, because this definitely is showing us what the future really lies. And of course, to know more on this, we have with us Jitin Jain, cyber security expert, who's joining us. Jitin, thank you so much for speaking with us here on NDTV. Take us through, what does this really mean, the kind of implications that this really has, and particularly it's not just stealing of passwords. This could really result in hijacking of accounts. This could have impact on cryptocurrency and many such other aspects as well. Take us through, what does this really mean?
Thanks, Divya, for having me here. Look, it's been happening for last a decade or so that, every year there are 4 or 5 password dumps which get released. And this one appears to be of 16 million people. But the point is, the data set being stolen and made available online, one thing. Now, second step, what happens is that these data sets are made available for, let's say, $20-25 to anyone who wants to have access to these, passwords. And in this age where we are using mobile phones and multiple accounts of social media, emails, and, storages, most of the people usually use common passwords. So once a data set of these passwords which are stolen, assumably 15 to 20% of the passwords will be the current passwords which are still valid for people. And then these people try using bots and algorithms one by one, each and every credential on different platforms, and many of them work. So once you are able to access the account, you can change the password, you can steal bank money, you can probably at times trick them to infect the browser and then steal their OTPs also. So if you are able to infect the browser, steal OTPs combined with the passwords you already have, then you can do many other things. You could log in into bank accounts, you could do identity theft, you could take over accounts, you could sell those accounts. So I think this is a mess, and that is why Google is also now suggesting users to shift towards passwordless login, maybe using biometrics or the faces or fingerprints. But that itself has a bigger data privacy issue. But the point is, these 16 million passwords which are now made available have put so many people at risk who are even not even aware of their passwords getting stolen or leaked, and they will face issues like account takeover, identity theft, or asking ransoms for returning their accounts.
Right. Well, Cyber News has gone on to say that this data allows basically pretty much any online service that's imaginable. Take us through, the kind of services that can get impacted by this.
No, so people use same passwords to Google, Facebook, Instagram, and so many things. So even if you have changed one, people may forget to change other ones. So these people use algorithms to try the combination of username passwords on many other platforms, almost every platform. So at some places it might work. So suppose if your email password works, somebody might be able to log into your bank accounts or inside your social media accounts linked to that email ID by resetting passwords. So that's a challenge. So people usually get notifications of an OTP coming in which never requested. So that is a sign that your account has been compromised. Somebody is trying to access. Sometimes people click on links which compromise their mobile phones or browsers, and then they other accounts get compromised. Sometimes people just ignore the notifications which come from Google and many other email IDs about changing the passwords, which is what is putting user at risk. And then, we usually say that you should change your password every 22 days or 30 days or 40 days. But people don't do it. It's not a habit because, earlier when you were using laptops or computers, you had to log in every time to your accounts. Now in the mobile phone age, your accounts are always logged in. So people usually don't care to change passwords. That's a bigger risk we are facing.
Right. Jiten, this is not just a leak. It is a blueprint for mass exploitation. That is what Cyber News has gone to
It is available to so many people who can pay $25, $30. Anybody could get access to it. So the attack surface is used. The actors are multifold in different geographies.
Right. Before I let you go, a very quick solution to the problem, not just password changing. What else can one do?
So you could keep different passwords for different platforms. Don't write them anywhere. Change them, every month, and always keep the two-factor authentication, on this for common people. But if you are working in sensitive areas, use USB keys where your accounts cannot be accessed without a particular hardware token. That's the best solution.
Right. Thank you so much, Jiten, as usual, for enlightening us about these issues that are cropping up every now and then. And this has been the biggest leak that we're seeing as far as internet's history is concerned. 16 billion users have been impacted.